Hello everybody and welcome back to this Bradford City career on Football Manager. I am Fuzzy Face. I am Fuzzy Face. It gets a little bit confusing having to say I am Fuzzy Face, but I am Fuzzy Face. Anyway, we're back with the Mighty Bantams once again. We are performing well in the league. We're currently 5th in the league at the moment. Last time out, in the last episode, we played Oldham. It was a thrilling game. We drew 3-3. We were in the lead. Threw it away late on. But since then, we played Bury in the Checkatrade Trophy, Group D. We're not really going to go over that game. We lost 3-0. What happened there is, before every game, the assistant manager, Kenny Black, he goes, you've got to play 4-4-2. You must play 4-4-2. If you don't play 4-4-2, you're going to get beaten. You're going to get wiped out if you don't play 4-4-2. I listened to him. We played 4-4-2. We lost 3-0. I'm never listening to that man again. About tactics, at least, anyway. But anyway, we then played Gillingham away at Priestfield. Liam Kelly got the first goal. Timothy Dien then got the second goal. So it started out on the thing. Kelly lays it back to Dien. Dien then plays this to Marshall. Liam Kelly's moved across the field and then he cuts it back across the keeper. So great goal there from Liam Kelly to put us 1-0 up in that game at that point. We were 1-0 up at that point. Then Dieng scored. I think this was from a corner. Yes, from the corner. Liam Kelly turn provided this time. Dieng hit it, came off the defender, and then Dieng was the quickest to react. Managed to react really quickly to get onto that. Put the ball in the back of the net. Scored the goal. 2-0 up. Then they equalised a little bit later on. It was a long ball over the top that they scored with, but we won't go into that too much. And then we got a brilliant win over Millwall at the Den. Chris Willett, 2 goals. Liam Kelly scoring another goal. Liam Kelly, the first goal. So it was Marshall. Played it down the wing to Derby. Derby. Should we speed it up a little bit whilst we're going through the highlights, maybe? We'll go a tiny little bit quicker. Derby whipped it to the back post. Keeper flaps at it. And then Willett was just there to scoop up what was left of that ball from there. And then we had Liam Kelly scored the second goal of the game. 70th minute, a free kick. Brilliant free kick over the wall to get that back. Brilliant from him. And then Chris Willett, 2 minutes after that, scored. Coming down the wing from Meredith Hiwula. Cut it back inside. Now it was Willett coming from the back. And then Willett, a little cheapy deft touch there. The keeper got his hands to it, but he couldn't do anything about keeping it out. And then we had Aidan O'Brien late on for Millwall. Got a consolation goal. This ball, they seem still cutting us apart through the middle, and then a nice deft touch from Shane Ferguson knocked it back to O'Brien. So today's game is going to be against Bristol Rovers. We are at home. They play a 4-4-2. A lot of the teams we're coming up against this season seem to play a long ball tactic, playing 4-4-2. Hopefully we can make our possession-based tactic work for us at a game. But just before we go into this game, a quick note. This is going to be the new format going forward. We're going to run through a few little news items. We're going to recap a few previous matches because I'm going to sim a few matches in between updates. Maybe in the future we're going to move to 2 matches an episode. Maybe go on. We're going to try this game out on key highlights. And if that works out, maybe we'll switch to 2 games an episode with skipping some in between. Maybe that's the way forward. It's going to be 1 video a day from now on. 2 a day is a little bit overkill, especially with the Motorsport Manager videos. But we're going to get into this now. We're going to look at the tactics because we've made a few changes to the tactics. What we've gone for to try and counteract these teams that are always going over the top. It seems to really get behind us because there was a little, even with deep line playmakers, there was a little bit of a gap in midfield. So we've gone for Cullen. He's now a box-to-box midfielder. This is the tactic we played against Millwall. It worked really well that we were able to cut them out. And Dieng, this will either be Dieng or Vansler going forward in the ball-winning midfielder. Defensive role, it does give a little bit more stability to midfield. It worked really well against Millwall. It totally cut them out. And then up front, you can see we switched from an advanced forward to a defensive forward, which harries the defenders. Because as we've seen, it's usually defenders. They have pinpoint accuracy for some reason. They fling balls over the top. It worked really well against Millwall, who were able to close them down, get the ball back. It also opened up a lot more chances. You think with an advanced forward, as the role as an advanced forward, you would have a lot more opportunities, but being a defensive forward, it actually opened up a lot more opportunities for everyone around him. It opened up a lot more opportunities for Huawei. He couldn't finish any of those against Millwall, but this is the team that we're going for. We're going to keep the same team. Meredith is a little bit tired, but we're going to keep him in the game because we've got a nice decent break now. I think we've got a week's break until we play Bolton. Yes, we do, going up against former Bradford City manager Phil Parkinson. Mitchell Beanie is fit, but we can only have 5 loan players on in the team, so Mitchell Beanie is having to sit out now. Jacob Hansen did pretty well in the couple of games he came in against, but Stephen Darby has come in to solidify us a little bit more defensively. He has had a couple of good games, so he might even keep this place now over Tony McMahon, since we do have Liam Kelly as a free kick and corner kick specialist. So let's get straight into this match now. Submit this team. Team's warming up, and Bradford City have enough about them to see off Bristol Rovers. This is one of the first times that we've actually had one of the analysts actually pick a team. We've always had a draw up till now. Their key man, John Joe Kenny, defender right. So Liam Kelly is our key man as usual. They are playing a 4-4-2. They have Luke James up front, not the paciest. Harrison, pretty pacey as well. So continue to opposition instructions. We do have closing down always. Let's just see if we can. Christian Montana, former West Ham guy, was he? Yeah, former West Ham guy. He's weak on his right foot, so we'll show him onto his weaker foot. We'll go ahead and do that. And then Billy Bowden as well. No, we'll keep him as, and that's what we'll go for. And we should challenge them to keep up where they left off. We've got passionate. No, we can't actually do that, can we? Let's go calm. Yeah, pick up where you left off. Everyone happy. And we'll tell them they can make a difference. And let's get straight into this match now. Skip the pleasantries beforehand. Iwula takes the kick off. Is this quick enough for everyone? For everyone watching? This is the pace I usually play at, because I usually like to see them doing it, but maybe we can go a little bit quicker. I'll try a little bit quicker. Not much going on here. We do have the lion's share of the possession at the moment, really restricting Bristol Rovers to what they're doing, but there's not a lot going on with the... Do we have... It says full. What are we doing? And Chris Willock injured. Probably our best player up to date, but yeah, we'll get Gilead on. That's another injury, so everything totally not going our way. So what do we have? Yeah, I do have Key at the moment, so we're not getting many highlights in Key. I know I've had a few comments saying they would rather see the games in Key, or one comment, but we'll see what goes. And Marshall, a free kick floated over from Liam Kelly there, and Marshall, one of the smallest players on the pitch, gets his head on that. So Bristol Rovers central defenders not picking up Marshall at all there. Where is he here? There he is in the middle. Total free header. And gets it over, and he's just doing nothing on the post there. He didn't even, if he jumped up he could have got that. But 1-0 restricting Bristol Rovers totally here. 25 minutes gone. 0 shots. Possession totally in our favour, just dominating this match. And we are actually playing counter at the moment as well. I forgot to change that before the match. We should have actually gone control. Maybe we'll switch to control in the second half, go a little bit more. But we could just keep it as this with 0-0. And that's the only highlight we've had in the first half. I'm going to switch this to extended. This is stupid that we're not getting any highlights here, even though we've had 10 shots. And that was pretty decent. So we'll be calm and we'll go. Things are going... No, I'm happy with your performance. Get Kahuwu into the game a little bit more. He can improve. Liam Kelly's not the happiest at the moment. His morale's right in the middle. Here we go. Bristol Rovers kick off. They push it out wide to Brown, Clark, Salter now. And we get the ball immediately back. Liam Kelly knocks it back to Cullen. Cullen Kelly seems to be the main outlet between our team. We get a lot of passes between Cullen and Kelly. It goes back and forth between them. They are our main two attack-minded players. Our main two... what's the word now? I've totally forgotten. Creative, that's it. I couldn't think of the word then for a second. The two main creatively based players, a lot of the opportunities really come through them. Bristol Rovers get the crossing and Sattelmeyer scoops that in. So as we were just discussing the thing there, Bristol Rovers get their first shot on goal, on target, almost in. I think that was Knight Percival maybe, or maybe it was Vansela. Sort of letting them get the run into the box. So here we go, we're still controlling things possession wise. Doing really well here. Limiting Bristol Rovers totally. Maybe we'll go. I'm going to be wary about this. It might let him. Kelly's got a free kick now. Kelly gets it. It hits the wall. He's doing pretty good this season, Liam Kelly. I'm glad we actually made the change of... Because Billy Clark is pretty good, but I'm glad we actually made the change in going for a little bit more depth. And the depth that we went for Liam Kelly turned out to be absolutely brilliant as well. He's been absolutely outstanding this season. Marshall now outside the box. He hits the wall as well, but Lumley takes a deflection, I think it takes a deflection, almost sends it into the bottom corner, but Lumley able to get down quickly, adjust his position and get down. Kelly now with the corner, floats it into the box. It's away by the Bristol Rovers defenders there. Here we go with Clark. I'm not sure what his first name is. Oh, Clark. But he gets it away. Coming into the final part of this game now. Maybe we'll bring Charlie Wyke on for the last closing minutes of this game. Get Nicky Law on his Cullen. Dien's a little bit tired, so maybe I don't want to upset the defence too much. Dien's not... Nicky Law's not the most defensively minded player. We don't really have anyone on the bench that can sort of fill in for that role. We'll just get Wyke on at the moment. What can Danny... Danny Devine's actually pretty good as a ball-winning midfielder, isn't he? Maybe we can bring him on towards the end of the match. Give Dien a little bit of a rest because he needs to be. Although Kieran Gallen should be back for the next game, so Vansler can always move into centre midfield. But Vansler is doing really well in the centre of defence as well. As we can see, Bristol Rovers being limited to that one cross and header that they got. That's the only shot they've had this match. We've had a lot of shots. It hasn't really shown us a lot because we went key in the first half and it only showed us one highlight, and that was a goal. Don't know what the other shots have been like. That's a problem with going with the key highlight. I don't really get to see what the team's doing, and that really limits me to what I know how the tactics working. Here we go. White plays it back to Divine. Divine, Kelly, and out wide to Meredith. Meredith, can he cross it in now? And White almost gets his head on to the end of that. Almost 2-0 up here late on in the game, but Gaffney, Bristol Rovers get a late chance to break. Hopefully this is not going to be anything for them. Gaffney now gets it into the centre to Harrop. Harrop, is this going to be the closing moments? And Knight Percival makes a free kick. Maybe we're going to switch back to counter now. We'll go counter. See if that does anything for us. We'll sit a little bit deeper. Harrop gets it to Lines. Lines through the centre to Harrison, but then it's straight at the keeper, straight at Sattermeyer. Their second shot of the game coming in the 92nd minute. And Sattermeyer should kick it long. This should be the end of the game. White challenges, and Kenny flagged up for the foul there. Cullen with a deep free kick, and it's going to be sent square. That's the end of the game. 1-0 victory, very good. He absolutely bossed the game. We're still not scoring the goals. We scored a few goals against Millwall, 3, and then 2 before in the game against that. I think it's because I went counter early on. But we are really good defensively. We know we can limit other teams to hardly any chances at all. 66% possession, 770 passes. Who had the most passes here? Let's have a quick look. 160 from Josh Cullen. Liam Kelly 130. So we'd see the lion's share of the work going through the team from Cullen to Kelly. What did Dien get? 115. He did pretty well as well. 107. Cullen only misplacing 10 passes. He's really accurate with his passing. So we'll go ahead and leave this match now. Hopefully this is going to tell us what's up with Chris Willock. He's injured. 3 months, torn knee ligaments. No. Injured after jumping. Just what we didn't want. He's been excellent for his season. He's got 3 goals in 8 games. And he's possibly rated the best that we've got at the moment. And I think Liam Kelly's performing a little bit better than him. That is a huge blow here for us. Maybe we can think about looking for someone else on loan for the left wing. Because other than Gilead, we don't have much of anyone on that left wing. And Gilead's not really suited for the left wing either. Although he can play as an inside forward on the left wing. Chris Willett. We do have Billy Clark who can move out there. He's not really rated as an inside forward as we'd like off the left wing. So maybe in the interim, I'm going to look for a left winger. So yeah, so Bristol Rovers, maybe we'll come back. I don't know when we're going to come back, but I'm going to sim a few games in the interim. We'll come back for maybe 2 games next time, but then we've gone back to extended, so maybe 1, maybe 2. We'll see how we're feeling. But yeah, so another good win. We're now 3rd in the Sky Bet League 1. 5 wins, 2 draws even, 1 loss. We're pretty much there with Charlton, but Fleetwood absolutely flying at the moment with 7 wins, 1 loss. But anyway, that's it until next time. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I am enjoying this game at the moment. Bradford City, my hometown colour. It's really good to actually be doing well with them. I usually struggle with them a little bit, but this tactic seems to be working for this team this season. But until next time, I will see you later, and goodbye.